Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Common Sense Academy. I'm your host, Joe Palmetto, Joe the Lawyer. Now, on this channel, we oftentimes have a lot of fun, but there's also a serious aspect to it, and also, to the book I wrote and to the sovereign citizen watchdog community in general. And that is that these sovereign citizens can become dangerous. There's multiple instances of sovereign citizens hurting people, killing people, especially police officers. And unfortunately, that has happened again. I'm here today to bring you that story out of a sense of duty, out of a sense of honor, to the fallen officer. May she rest in peace. May her family rest in peace. I have nothing but the greatest respect for an officer who falls in the line of duty. They will live on forever in the hearts and minds of those who have served before her. So let's do a special same time sip today, and this is going to be a toast to this officer, and then I'll read the story. Her name is Lena Marshall, the Sheriff's Office, Jackson County, Georgia. Cheers to you. Cheers to your service. Thank you very much. Same time sip. Cheers. So you see here, a community mourns JCSO deputy killed in the line of duty. That's a photograph of her there. A Jackson County Sheriff's Office deputy has died in the line of duty. Deputy Lena Marshall, Lena, was shot during a domestic call in West Jackson on Friday, November 5th. She died Monday, November 8th. The shooting happened during a domestic call at a residence on Highway 124 near Publix around 9:20 p.m. on Friday, November 5th. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, deputies were called to a residence at 6416 Highway 124 Hoshton, where homeowners wanted a non-resident out of the home. When deputies arrived, they made contact with a woman at the front door who pulled a firearm and pointed it at deputies. The deputies ordered the woman to drop the weapon, but she opened fire on the deputy, striking Marshall. The second deputy on the scene returned fire, striking and killing the alleged shooter, Jessica Worsham, 43, of Hoshton. Worsham had previously shared a multitude of videos online in which she expressed hatred towards the county judicial system and law enforcement. Jackson County Sheriff Janice Mangum said the department was familiar with Worsham, but they didn't know she and her children had moved into that residence. My deputies didn't know she was there in the house. They were just going to a domestic. They didn't know. We had talked about her. They had been cautioned if they dealt with her. I felt like she would do what she said she wanted to do on the videos, said Mangum, adding that the shooter claimed she was a sovereign citizen and immune from the law. Marshall was taken to a local trauma center in critical condition and ultimately succumbed to her injuries Monday, November 8th. As sheriff and on behalf of the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, it is with a heavy heart that I advise you all that we lost Deputy Lena Marshall around 3:50 p.m. today. Mangum said in a brief update Monday, once arrangements have been made, we will provide that information. Please respect the privacy of Deputy Marshall's family at this difficult time. Deputy Marshall is the first female officer to die in the line of duty in Jackson County. God rest her soul. The local law enforcement community and the larger community as a whole are mourning the loss of Deputy Marshall. Our thoughts and condolences are with the family of Deputy Marshall as well as her friends and colleagues at the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, said Jackson County Board of Commissioners Chairman Tom Crow. She joined the Sheriff's Department in June 2020. She had only been serving for a short time. Very sad. And faithfully served our community. We are thankful for Deputy Marshall's service. She will be greatly missed. Flags across the county are being flown at half-mast. Condolences have flooded in on social media for Marshall's family and the entire Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Several public safety agencies, along with community members, have posted memorials on social media with Marshall's badge number 4163. A GoFundMe was set up and has raised $43,000. Mangum said the department has established a bank account for donations to the family. I'm sure they will need it. It's at the Deputy Lena Nicole Marshall Benefit Fund. It's been set up at Northeast Georgia Bank, 1775 Old Pendergrass Road, Jefferson. Donations can be made to any Northeast Georgia bank. I'm going to put the link for the GoFundMe. You guys in the community have been with me for a long time. I'm sure they would really appreciate a donation from you. I would appreciate it personally. A warrior. Deputy Marshall had been in law enforcement for over a decade. She was born and raised in California, but later moved to Georgia and graduated from Cherokee County High School. She worked as a civilian employee for the Lawrenceville Police Department and put herself through police academy. She took a job with the Winder Police Department, and the Barrow County Sheriff's Office hired her later. She had SWAT certification, K-9 certification, and was a field training officer. Not any certification she didn't have. She worked her butt off. She got a canine dog while employed with the BCSO and loved it. A passionate dog lover, Marshall was reportedly in tears when she was assigned a canine because she loved dogs so much. She is actually a more seasoned officer than I was aware of. It was her passion, Sheriff Smith said. After some time, she went to work in Texas for a firm that did the initial training of canine police dogs, but she wanted to be closer to her 3 children and moved back to Georgia. She took a job with the JCSO in 2020. During her tenure in Jackson County, Deputy Marshall worked across various zones covering the expanse of the county. She always worked night shifts, which are going to be more dangerous, and served as a field training officer. Both Sheriff Mangum and Sheriff Smith described Marshall as a tough officer and a hard worker. She was a good deputy, did a good job. She got in there. She wasn't afraid of anything, Mangum said. A beautiful young lady, but a warrior. Nothing she couldn't do or try to do. She never backed down from a challenge. Those are moving words. Both said she also loved her job serving her community, a good deputy who cared about her job and was a true public servant. May she rest in peace. Condolences from me to her family and everyone in that community. Again, I would ask everyone watching this show to make a donation. I want to highlight a few points here. Number one, I've been saying on this show for a very long time, and you all know it, these sovereign citizens, we have fun with them, but they're dangerous. They can be very dangerous. Now, is it just their sovereign citizen ideology that makes them dangerous? Oftentimes, no. It can be a mixture of other factors in their life. Mental health, their current socioeconomic status. Perhaps they have a history of violence, and then the sovereign citizen ideology is just... It's a fourth, a fifth, a sixth factor on top of these other things that creates the toxic milieu that boils around in someone's brain and can lead them to do something like this. It is a bad ingredient and a bad ideology that leads to terrible tragedies such as this. We make fun of it. I laugh at it. Yes, I do that specifically to discredit it and hopefully to help and save people like this officer. Hopefully de-radicalize some of these individuals. The second thing I would like to say is that it appears that this woman and her children, it's even more tragic that she's there with her children. We're doing a common sovereign citizen action here, and that is squatting in property that was not their own and then resorting to violence or forcing the police to resort to the use of force in order to remove them from property that they do not own. Sovereign citizens are scofflaws. They don't follow the law. They don't respect the law. They don't respect the rules of society. This is very sad. I hope we can learn from this. I hope that law enforcement can double down on their efforts to crack down on sovereign citizens. And I hope everyone in the Sovereign Citizen Watchdog community will do so as well. I wanted to bring this story to everyone. Consider donating to this officer. Thank you very much. I'm Joe Pimetto, Joe the Lawyer, Common Sense Academy. I appreciate you tuning in today. Bye-bye.